No, 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 no. Whoa, yeah. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. All right, today.
And welcome to a fresh season of Gender Bias here on SVG-TV, the show where the guys and the gals battle it out to see whose opinion really holds the top spot across the country on your hot topics. My name is Jagger. Alongside me in the camouflage is Miss Portia. And then in blue, you've got Tris. And then over to my right, you've got Tiger. We're going to have some fun today, but we're going to be talking some serious things as well, okay? First, we're going to hear from our sponsors, so don't you dare touch that dial.
At CashWiz St. Vincent, we buy, sell, and trade most anything of value. We're talking cash for goods the same day. We've got the highest payouts for jewelry, gold, silver, and diamond. At CashWiz, bring your used items, get cash instantly. Must be in good working condition. Get cash the same day for your goods. Come on down to CashWiz, located on the corner of Shop Street and Long Lane, Kingstown. Call us today at 451-7777 or log on to www.cashwiz.com. At CashWiz, we buy, sell, and trade most anything of value.
For reliable pain relief, here's to your rescue. Bore Total Antiseptic Cream provides rapid healing for diabetic ulcer. Diabosoft Diabetic Foot Care Cream soothes cracked feet, reduces itching and dryness. And there's Go Gel, a very powerful relief for arthritis pain. Get yours today. Bore Total Antiseptic Cream, Diabosoft Diabetic Foot Care Cream, and Go Gel. Agent, Supreme Trading. Call 529-3243.
Jams Car Rental has a fleet of vehicles covering all transportation options you'll need to discover or rediscover SVG. Whether you want to head to the countryside, enjoy a special weekend, or take a trip to one of our national sites, we have just the right vehicle for you. Jams Car Rental, located in Edinburgh. Call us at 485-6620 or 529-6393.
Welcome back to Gender Bias, and we're going to start off with a hot topic for your first episode. We want to know, is it right to cheat back if you've been cheated on? And we're going to let the ladies start because we're sure that they're not going to agree with what we're saying.
Well, me personally, I say, yeah, for sure, why not? Yeah. I mean, if I'm in a relationship with a guy who I'm committed to and I'm being faithful, you know what I mean? I'm doing what I'm supposed to do as a woman. I'm by your side. I'm being a ride or die. I'm being your Bonnie and you're my Clyde. Why would you want to cheat on top of me and then I'm supposed to do what?
Exactly. And I mean, like, if you feel as a guy that, you know, you could go out and cheat on me, and then if I do it, then, I mean, if I do it, then I don't see the problem. You did it, so why can't I?
But you know what? I see the thing is that these men, they think that when they're in a relationship, right, and they cheat, they consider themselves to be a gallus, a top man, a zessar, whatever you call it.
And that's thank you.
And by the time a woman cheats, she's considered a female dog. You know what I mean? So my thing is, if two could play that game, if you could cheat, then I could cheat too.
What about
guess what? Women, we do it better. We can do it better. So if you could cheat, I could cheat. It's not a competition. And that's how it's gonna go.
Because you see, look, you see, you're looking at it from every guy that cheats feels like, okay, he's accomplished something. It's not always like that.
Right.
Sometimes guys feel very guilty when they cheat.
Then why do it?
Sometimes people commit crimes.
I'm sorry.
Things happen.
Sometimes people commit crimes and they regret it.
Listen to me. Cheating is not an accident. You don't just fall off a bike and drop into a woman's crutch. First thing. Right? No, don't. Let me just keep it real. You don't just fall off and drop in between.
But you could have a moment of weakness.
Exactly.
You could hold on. I can remember I compared it to a crime just now. You could have a moment of weakness when you're down and out financially. You go into the store and you say, boy, I really need a bag of bread today. And then out of that moment of weakness, you steal a bag of bread.
Right.
It's a bad thing you did. You regret it, but it was a moment of weakness.
All right, but tell me, how does that relate to cheating?
Okay.
Give me an incident.
Okay, so in a moment of weakness, cheating. I've heard, not personally, not a personal story. A moment of weakness. One might feel like, oh man, I'm out at this party. I am intoxicated, and I have been seduced by a she-devil.
I'll probably be my expect.
Okay, no, you've been seduced. Somebody's flirting with you, and it escalates to a point where you have overstepped a boundary as relates to your relationship. When it's over, you're starting to sober up. You're like, oh man, I can't believe I just did that.
Right.
That's a moment of weakness.
I don't agree with that. I'm sorry, because I feel like if you realize that you're at that point where you say, okay, well, yeah, this female is, trying to seduce me, and in the back of your mind, you have your girlfriend or whatever the case may be.
If you're intoxicated,
no. If you're intoxicated, I feel like if your partner is not at the same fit with you, then you should, be like,
limits.
okay, time to go. Let me go. Express these feelings and urges that I have with said partner.
But the feelings and urges were brought on by somebody approaching you at your moment of intoxication.
Okay, so in your moment of intoxication,
yes, I'm out of my mind.
Say no.
I do not.
How can one say no under the influence of alcohol? Because
you're not in your right mind.
Knows themselves when they're intoxicated. So,
there are different levels of intoxication, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're at that point where you don't know yourself to the point where you can't say no, then I mean, what you been doing?
Going back to the essence of the topic, the reason why we say no, don't cheat back is two wrongs don't make a right.
All right, but let me just put a twist on top of this, Jaga. Okay, so you cheated because you were intoxicated. So
That's just an example. Okay.
All right, so you cheated because you were intoxicated. You were under the influence. All right, that's fine. So in the back of your head, right? In the back of your head, you're thinking now, okay, boy, if she forgive me, you know what I mean? What if she does it? Would I give her a pass saying that, I did it before or whatever?
You got the pass.
So my question to you is, do you think that your girlfriend should have a pass if she ends up cheating in the near future? Let me say near. You never know what's gonna happen.
If she takes revenge?
Well, not revenge. I mean, she could be under the influence same way.
Okay. Good point. However, okay, now you both have cheated. You're on a level playing ground. Right? But each of you thinking, I can't believe this person really cheats on me.
Yeah.
Now you have two clouds hovering over your head instead of one.
Now you have whole doubts in the whole relationship.
Exactly. Now you're like, you know what, this don't make sense.
Then
But
you're going to be thinking that this person, every time they go out, that they're doing this behind your back.
It's true. You can't drink rum again.
And then trust now just...
But
so
guess
you're
what?
destroying a whole relationship by cheating back.
You
destroying a whole relationship by
destroyed
cheating
it.
Not
He
me
destroyed
personally.
it.
Yo, the Bible says,
It is one thing, Jagger, make sure clearing his name today.
First thing first, we are a Christian society. Christian. So why it is in this Bible that we speak about forgiving and forgetting and
exactly,
moving on?
brother.
What happened
Tiger.
to communicating and saying things like
and working things out?
Tiger, darling, the Bible said a whole lot. So let's don't just
we can't
eye for eye?
things. That is Moses' law. We dash you Moses' law.
Okay.
So we in the New Testament.
Right, but listen, but you can't be
Brother
in a relationship. You can't be in a relationship, Tiger, and think that it's okay for you to be under the influence and cheat on your girlfriend and she's supposed to forgive you, forget, and move on. In the back of her head, she's thinking, no, here what happen now. Every time you say, I'm going out and party with my friend them, right there, she don't get on knees. You know what I mean? Because the first thing she going to think, okay, well, he going to drink and he going to come up with the excuse, I've been under the influence again and I cheat.
And you think cheating back is going to make her feel better?
But I mean it, me personally, at least now, I know that we even, so is that, hello.
So now we never.
So if you know you don't want to get
if you level,
no, listen.
Exactly.
We're all human beings. We're flesh and bone. You understand? Which means we have emotions.
Yeah.
You might be in a relationship and then there's somebody outside the relationship that you might like.
Yeah.
You understand? It happens. You
So
understand?
don't tell me that
might
you never
be
been in a relationship and like somebody else.
like
Yeah.
I'm not saying
understand?
act on it, but you like somebody
Sometimes
else.
Yeah,
you're not
that's
thinking
fair
about
enough.
acting on it, but in a moment it happened. But if you're honest enough and you love this
Which
person, then
moment
you would
though?
be
Which-
you would be honest enough to come forward and say, babe, well, this and that happened. How I don't want the relationship to end. How could we move on? She wouldn't instantly forgive you.
We sit down and have some
You-
counseling.
there's going to be fights about it. She gonna be like, oh, who you texting there? You know, that's
Exactly.
going to happen.
Exactly, and that's
Right,
what
that's
However-
exactly, but that's exactly the point.
But that's what's going to happen. A
That's
lot of
why you
insecurities now going to be in this relationship because as soon as I see you pick up this phone, I could be like, who you texting?
And as soon as I know you looking to put me back, I like, where you going? Every time you step out the house.
But listen, but that's what's going to happen now. So you would have no room to cheat again because everywhere you go, I could be right there, hook on.
No. I think, okay then, if she cheats on me, I gotta find out why. Suppose I ain't doing something right. Suppose you ain't doing something right.
You see,
And
that is
then that's the
why.
cause of
That
you
is why when
cheating.
you're in a relationship, fellas. That's why when you're in a relationship and you get under the influence of any alcohol at any time, at any place, your first choice should be to pick up your phone and call the girl and say, hey babes, I'm feeling tipsy, I'm coming over. Instead of allowing a she-devil, as Jagger said, to make you...
tempest.
Exactly. Instead of allowing a she-devil or a tempest to make you lose your relationship, right?
All right. So I see we have to wrap up our first segment for now, and it sounds like to me that boy, if somebody cheat, man, this is what you just done. That's all I did. The end game. But we're gonna step out and hear from our advertisers. I'll be right back with more right here on Gender Bias.
Your home is a long-term investment, including most of its features. So when purchasing windows, ensure to acquire a superior product like Kendra's double-sliding heavy-duty window, optional burglar bars, protective insect screens, rubber-sealed thick glass, stainless steel tracking system and rollers, secure and durable locking system on both panels. Inferior products on the market fail to secure your home effectively. So be on alert for inferior imitation. Key things to avoid are problematic latching locks, a poor tracking system, making daily operation of your windows difficult and sometimes impossible, poorly built insect screens, glued on copycat designs, thin and easy to break glass. Always choose the affordable brand from Kendra's aluminum windows and products, built on a tradition of excellence.
Enter.
Sultana Alia.
Speak.
It is your humble servant, Chef Abdallah.
Kifek.
Please tell me what to prepare for the people.
Chef Abdallah. Whatever you prepare for the Sultan, prepare for my people.
The Sultan Restaurant, serving up the best in local cuisine. Your own custom roti station and pizza station. Delicious kebabs, chicken shawarma wraps, hamburgers designed just the way you like it. Vegetarian, no problem. We got you covered too. Just in case you love to eat, come and test our buffet. Available every single day. Hosting an event and need personalized catering? Let the Sultan come to you. The Sultan Restaurant. Eat like a sultan.
Welcome back to Gender Bias, a show where we love to have fun, but we know when to take things seriously. Abuse is to treat someone with cruelty or violence, be it repeatedly or even one time. Abuse comes in many different forms: psychological, emotional, financial, or even physical. Here on Gender Bias, we have a special guest who's going to give us her story on her experience of abuse.
All right, so Nashika, welcome to the show. And thank you so much for coming through and blessing us with your presence. And also, hopefully, that you can empower women who are also in abusive relationships.
Thank you guys for having me on this show.
You're welcome. Nashika, tell me this. How old were you when you start experiencing abuse? And what type of abuse were you experiencing?
I've had a lot of instances where I was abused physically, verbally, emotionally, even financially. But I just want to share the most recent incident where I was abused by my child father. I was at the age of 22 when I met him. He's a Jamaican. Well, you know, growing up with a low self-esteem, I wanted love. I wanted to feel love. So anyone who came close to giving me that feeling of love, I just accepted it. I had my first child already, my first daughter, because I got her at a young age of 17. Yeah, dropped out of college, and I got pregnant. So the fella, the Jamaican, he had just came into the country. I didn't know his background. I didn't know a lot of stuff that was going on, but eventually I started going through his Facebook, started doing some background check, and you know, he had some problems because I saw like message and like posts where they were saying you know, he kind of have this addiction, smoking, you know, drinking, and then you know, when he do those things, he will have a different side to him. Yeah, but you know, I didn't take.
You didn't pay much attention to.
Yeah, I didn't take that as it will lead to
physical
abuse. Okay, so while dating, there were other females who were attracted to him, and you know, I started to get jealous and stuff because, you know, other female, and I was there first. He was closer to me. We were closer.
So
I got him
like
first.
wifey.
Yeah, I got him first. But then, you know, started to, how should I say, cheat or, you know,
see other people.
Yeah. So found out that he did something.
He cheated.
Yeah, found out that he cheated. So
we ain't hiding the fault, so we putting it on the table.
Right.
Don't for it for cheat.
So I found out that he was cheating. So I kind of have this spiteful way in me because I don't know if somebody cheats on me.
You cheat them back.
Yes.
So it's bun for bun.
Right. So
Thanksgiving over here.
Okay. So it all started. I did something.
You cheated back.
Cheated back, and then I couldn't keep it a secret.
So you tell him.
So I told him about what I did, and you know, the way that he had loved me. I don't know if he had any other things in his mind behind the love, but the way he had loved me, he forgave me, right? So we didn't break up.
Okay, so but he never made it a big issue.
Well,
he was upset, but he never.
Yeah, he was upset, but you know, but men can keep things inside of them for.
So at that point, abuse did not start.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so while our relationship started going, you know, it's like he started to get a little insecure. Yeah, he started to get pretty much insecure.
In what way did he get insecure? Like, what
okay.
did he do that was different?
We wasn't living together, right? We were living close. So every time I'm going anywhere, he would thinking that I'm going to, you know, he might accuse me, and thinking I'm going to cheat or going to. Look, I couldn't do, well, what I used to do when I now met him, I could not do that. It's like
what?
You didn't have as much freedom.
Freedom. I didn't
Like
have.
you couldn't party with your friends and hang out as much.
Yeah, but I wasn't used to party. Yeah, but you know, I. Okay, so let's get past that whole
So when did abuse start? When did the abuse start? When did he start taking a turn for the worse?
Okay. He actually started smoking more, and he actually started drinking more. He also had problem with his mother, and you know, also had problem with his stepfather. So everything together start triggering his anger on me. So everything now he takes it out on me. Right. Okay, so
All right, guys, so what we're going to do right now, we're going to take in a few words from our sponsors, and then we're going to be right back.
Jams Car Rental has a fleet of vehicles covering all transportation options you'll need to discover or rediscover SVG. Whether you want to head to the countryside, enjoy a special weekend, or take a trip to one of our national sites, we have just the right vehicle for you. Jams Car Rental, located in Edinburgh. Call us at 485-6620 or 529-6393.
Welcome back to Gender Bias, guys, and we're still here with Nashika, who is giving us her story about what happened to her with her abuse. But Nashika, tell us about your worst experience that you've had.
Okay, my child father, he was a very aggressive. He would embarrass me in the road in front of a lot of people. He would tell me the most disgusting words that you can think of. There were instances where I cooked for him, and because it wasn't the food that he wanted, for instance, he wanted pie and chicken where he didn't give me the money to prepare it, and I just gave him chicken and rice without any pie. And by approaching him with the food, he accepted the food, and then in the middle of the road, he dashed all the food in my face. There were instances where he kept firing stones on our house. Yeah. There are instances where he would attack me in church, because there were instances where he came to my church and he had a big stick in his hand, and he gave me 2 lashes in the back of my head, telling me I'm coming to church just to look for guys. Also, there were instances where he jumped in in my bedroom, and he took out some papers that he thought was my CXC paper, but they were just copies because I wanted to apply for nursing. So he thought those was the normal copy, and he came in front of the road and he bought them. And then he said, tell me how you're going to get any job without these.
All right, so the question I have for you, Nashika, is now listening to that, I really can't fathom going through that sort of thing myself. But the question I have is, while you were going through this, you mentioned one of the instances when he came while you were at church and he basically attacked you, right? So my question is, like, what was the support system like for you? What was the reaction from the people around you in church, or just friends, or were they how did they support you or try to encourage you and stuff like that, protect you and all of that?
Okay, well, my parents, they will tell me to leave him. Other people will tell me to leave him, but he was the same guy that I fell in love with, and he was the same guy who he's the father of two of my girls, so he is my children father, and I had loved him, and I didn't wanted him to go back to Jamaica because they would miss him, and I had loved him. I don't know, with all these abuse, I thought that I could have helped him. I could have helped the situation. I was trying to help, but the more and more he was taking out every anger on me, because I guess he know that I didn't wanted him to go back, and he know that I wouldn't have reported him. So, he kept doing what he did because of the love I had for him.
Do you think if you had reported it or even tried to get help for him somewhere else rather than just on your own, it might have been different?
Well, I've told his mother, right, that he had needed some sort of help because the way he behaved, like he needed psychological help. But mother-in-laws already, how they get when it comes to their son. Nothing never wrong, you're the problem, and things like that. But for me, if I had reported him, he would have. He was trying to get his stay, and if he had like something bad like that on his record, they wouldn't wanted him here. So, I was scared. I was scared because I now found somebody that I thought I didn't know what it felt to be loved, because for my past life I've been in abuse. So how would I have known that that's not love? Yeah, because even though he would lash me, he would say sorry, and we would make up, and he might buy a gift, or he might just make me get back to that feeling that I think is love. Yeah.
All right, now Shika, so tell me, at what point did you realize that this is not love and it's time for me to end it? It's time for me to move on, and it's time for me to get out.
Okay, so it was in 2016, right? I had gotten I should say I started working with the Yes program. So, I had a little more confidence of, having my own finance and, stuff like that. And the nurses would teach me, what it feel like being loved, and, they would encourage me. So I kind of got their support, pulling me
You
away.
felt like a positive.
Right, pulling me away from him. So I started pulling away. I wanted to end the relationship, but it had a morning where I think, it's time that we should call it quits, yeah. So he couldn't take it. He said that if I ever leave him, he would either dispatch my face, chop me in my face, or he would chop off my neck and go back free to Jamaica. So, and I ain't take that serious. But then, my mother say, you know what? It's either you go to the police because you don't know what this man does be doing, so go make a report. And while I was leaving home, he came he came back in the road next to my gate with a cutlass. So he definitely meant that he was going to do it. So my mother, okay, say, let me go. So she decided to follow me. So while following me, he got more aggressive because he saying my mother don't want he to be with me and stuff like that. So while she was walking in front of me now, he pushed her down because she was walking, and then at the same time while he pushed her down, he lashed me. Well, I should guess he was going to chop off my neck but it was the back of the cutlass that caught me, and I dropped over a bank, and then other people came to try help the situation, and then an officer in the area came, and then he took away the cutlass and he held him, and then he called the other police officers and they took him to the station. So at the station, I went to the station, and I don't know what he told them, but it's like whatever he told them, the police had it like I did something, So I went there. I told them I came to make a report, and then one of the ladies saying, the lady police say, I don't like what you guys just do to people's sons. She had a father who, she said she had a father who her stepmother used to take advantage of and this and that. Cause apparently he told her he never used to get nothing for eat, and we used to this and we used to that. So while I was there, I made the report, everything. But, after I made the report, I felt like I did something wrong making a report on him. I just felt like I'm gonna hurt him, I'm gonna cause him to go back. I felt like...
You were still love struck.
Yeah,
So you dropped the charges?
I didn't really drop the charges, but I did not show up in court. I did not show up in court, meaning that I didn't want to have anything to do with the charge. But I guess, God know what would have happened, and the police still held him because he had cutlass inside of the road, so they held him on charge for that. And I think he also got locked up because they were querying some paper stuff as well. So
Alright, so Nashika, when did you finally, remove yourself from the situation? Having filed the charges and then not showing up in court because, you still feel like, yeah, I'm in love with this guy and, he loves me back or whatever because he says he's sorry. When did you finally get out of the abusive relationship?
Well, he got locked up. He was in jail. And, he didn't actually, when he got locked up, he still did not let go. So he was calling me inside of prison. I was threatening me. Yeah, he was calling me inside of prison. And I was so, I don't know what to say. I was saying, okay, well, I did not go to court. So I know that he would come back out. So that time I got really scared and I really wanted to let go. But everything worked out for my safety because I met a friend, a very high, should say, police in society. And, I told him about, what was going on. I told him what was going on. And, I don't know, but it had to be God who sent him because he said that he would do everything that it takes to help me to get out of this situation. And he knew other people, he knew like higher authorities who he could have talked to, and then he spoke to them, and then someone in a higher authority called my phone, right? And he said, Nashika, we reviewed the case of your child father, and what he's locked up for, which is the cutlass. I know that there is more to it. So I was like, I got scared and I was trying to deny, but then I told him, okay, yes, he tried to kill me, and he was very abusive in the country. And then the guy decided to have him deported out of St. Vincent, and that's how that's how I got free. That's how I got free from him, because had this happened like how it happened, he could have come out of jail, and I know he would have ended my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. So, having gone through this experience, what advice would you give to another young lady or even a young man? Because there's violence against men and boys as well, right? What advice would you give to them if they ever find themselves in a situation like yours or similar to yours, or just in any abusive situation?
Okay, the key point is love yourself. That is the key point. You have to start by loving yourself and know what it is to be loved. Because you can hear from my story that was the main point.
You were looking for love.
I was looking for love, and I know a lot of female out there, they are looking for love.
True.
And you can't find love from no one else if you don't love yourself. You have to love yourself first. Because the Bible says you love your neighbor like you love yourself. So basically, you are loving yourself first. So I will encourage people, do not stay inside a relationship too long when you're having abuse. Abuse doesn't only mean that he's physically abusing you, he's beating you. It doesn't mean that. It means that he's hurting you, he's cheating on you, he's verbally abusing you, he's like saying dirty words about you, he's disrespecting you,
making you
and
less independent financially.
Right. And financial abuse as well, because you might be in a relationship, your mother, you have your children, and he's not giving you any money, and that's abuse. You can't stay in a relationship like that. So my advice to female out there, to value yourself, know your worth. And if you're unable to find a job, do something creative, do something that can help you to gain finance, to empower yourself. You don't have to depend on men.
All right, so before we jump outside, Nashika, just one last thing. Tell us one sign that a young woman or a man should look for to identify that the person that they're involved with is abusive? One sign.
Okay.
Abuse.
When your spouse starts verbally abusing you, like calling you names, downgrading you, threatening you, you need to either seek help for your spouse. Both of you need to seek help because, most of the time you would not want to just come out.
Up and leave.
Right. You want to just want to come out. So you both seek help. There are counselors in St. Vincent that can help you, pastors that can help you. You tell somebody professionally, tell someone who is professional about what is really going on. Or you just take your things and leave, end the relationship. Yeah, because after being abused, it can lead to physical abuse. And physical abuse can lead to your death. So you need to end it.
One question, Nashika. How has that affected you? Like now, did you think it affected you in any way? Did it traumatize you? Are you still going through trauma now?
Make you stronger.
Make you stronger.
Okay. Most people when they go through abuse, they'll have like psychological problems and but it's how you take your struggles, it's how you take your whatever happened to you in the past and make it. Because now what I've been through, it made me into a stronger individual. It made me into a person who want to help other female. Because of my abuse, I use my experience to write a book so that I can help other female out there who is going through abuse.
Okay.
Wonderful.
All right, guys. So that was a heartful and a half from Nashika Davis. We really want to thank her for coming on. It's a solemn note, but it is something that we are experiencing here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. For all those out there who may be experiencing abuse, we do encourage you to seek out help because it's never worth it. We're going to step out, hear from our sponsors, and be right back.
At CashWiz St. Vincent, we buy, sell, and trade most anything of value. We're talking cash for goods the same day. We've got the highest payouts for jewelry, gold, silver, and diamond. At CashWiz, bring your used items, get cash instantly. Must be in good working condition. Get cash the same day for your goods. Come on down to CashWiz, located on the corner of Shop Street and Long Lane, Kingstown. Call us today at 451-7777 or log on to www.cashwiz.com. At CashWiz, we buy, sell, and trade most anything of value.
Your home is a long-term investment, including most of its features. So when purchasing windows, ensure to acquire a superior product like Kendra's double-sliding heavy-duty window, optional burglar bars, protective insect screens, rubber-sealed thick glass, stainless steel tracking system and rollers, secure and durable locking system on both panels. Inferior products on the market fail to secure your home effectively. So be on alert for inferior imitation. Key things to avoid are problematic latching locks, a poor tracking system, making daily operation of your windows difficult and sometimes impossible, poorly built insect screens, glued on copycat designs, thin and easy to break glass. Always choose the affordable brand from Kendra's aluminum windows and products, built on a tradition of excellence.
Enter
Sultana Alia.
Speak.
It is your humble servant, Chef Abdallah.
Kifek.
Please tell me what to prepare for the people.
Chef Chef Abdallah, whatever you prepare for the Sultan, prepare for my people.
The Sultan Restaurant, serving up the best in local cuisine. Your own custom roti station and pizza station. Delicious kebab, chicken shawarma wraps, hamburgers designed just the way you like it. Vegetarian, no problem. We got you covered too. Just in case you love to eat, come and test our buffet. Available every single day. Hosting an event and need personalized catering? Let the Sultan come to you. The Sultan Restaurant. Eat like a sultan.
Welcome back, guys, and we were talking about abuse in relationships. We spoke about butt for butt, bun for bun situations.
Yeah.
And as we're about to wrap up, I just want to say, don't do the bun for bun thing, because you might end up in an abusive situation at the end of it. And females or males, anyone out there who might find themselves in an abusive situation, find help, reach out to someone, love yourself, and love yourself enough to know that you need to get out of that relationship. So we're gonna get our final thoughts.
Yeah, me personally, I'm just gonna co-sign based on what Trish said, and maybe the bun for bun thing may not be the right way.
Just maybe, just maybe.
Just maybe, you know what I mean? If your partner cheats on you, maybe the best thing to do is try to work it out. If not, if you guys can't work it out, then maybe you guys need to go your separate ways. Whereas abuse is concerned, it's never okay to be in an abusive relationship. And like my good friend Nashika said, look for the early signs before an abuse get physical. It always starts with verbal or emotional or whatever. So just look for the early signs and know when it's time to go.
Yep, look for the
all right, even if you have to go with the clothes on your back and leave everything else, when it's time to go, it's time to go. In the long run, you're only going to be protecting yourself and, saving your own life.
Yeah. You never know what the next step is going to be.
Yes.
But I would just want to say congrats to the guys for winning the debate today. We managed to get the ladies to change their mind. So we are the champions of this year's St. Vincent debate competition.
That's right.
Yeah. But
That's right.
All jokes aside, the abuse situation is a serious one in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We cannot stand by and look at it and just let it walk by us every day and do nothing about it. Speaking from the guy's perspective, because it's mainly women being abused, especially physically, it's never okay to hit a woman. It's never okay to emotionally abuse anyone. It's never okay to financially hold someone hostage, basically. And fellas, if you're doing that, not real, man. And that's my 2 cents on the situation.
True.
Very sharp, but to the point, fellas. If you feel like the relationship getting out of hand, and you feel you might be getting out of hand as well too, before you think of hitting a woman, go to the gym.
And work it out.
Anger, work it out.
Yeah.
Get some muscles like Jag over here. Don't be a me, okay? Don't be a me. I need to eat. Anyhow, just don't. And ladies as well too, do your part and don't demand them. Okay?
All right, so before we jump out, I just really want to add to as well. Ladies, you guys need to find a support system. That is very, very important, because based on what Nashika said, she started to build her confidence when her friends, her co-workers, started to boost her up and tell her, you know what, this is not love. And also for the people out there who know that their friends and their family, maybe their son is being abusive towards other people, children, instead of trying to protect them and condone their actions.
Call out your waist man friend and them.
You need to call them out and put them in check, whether it's your son, your brother, your whoever. It's never okay to condone it or to make them feel like, you know what, you have a right to do it.
Yeah. Don't just call them out when you hear they're involved in homosexuality. Call them out for everything.
Yeah.
Everything we calling them out for. Right? So if you know you can't be friends with someone who is a certain way, It shouldn't just be that. It should be everything across the board.
Facts. All right, guys. So here is where we're gonna wrap things up for your first episode.
Next one, spicy.
Of Gender Bias. So guess what? We will see you next time.
Yeah. No. Whoa.